Hey guys, in this present video we are going to discuss about how to do a bank panel valuation report for a vacant site, or only we can call it as a site valuation. Okay, so in the present valuation report we can see what are the informations that I have given to the bank, depending upon which the bank people have released the loan to the client. We will see some very important things in this present valuation report, and what are the things that I've already discussed in the previous videos, how I have implemented all those things in this report. Okay, first we'll just look into it, how the report is drafted, what all the informations I have given it, what all the rates I have taken it, what all the information that has to be collected on the site. But before that, if you have not seen my previous video, how to become a bank panel valuer, please go to it. In my playlist, it's there. See that video. It will be very helpful for you to set your career as a bank panel valuer. Okay, let's start this video. So in this present site valuation report, we are having a lot of information. I'll just go through one by one. In the upcoming video, I'll be taking up a building valuation report, how to do a building valuation report. And I'll probably take one more video wherein I'll be giving, if the building is under construction, how to give a valuation report for it. Okay, there are different cases are there. I'm going to cover each and everything in this series. Okay, so in the first here in the vacant site valuation report, first what we have to do is we have to ask the client to come onto the site to show his property. Like we will be carrying a lot of documents along with the legal documents. Okay, we are going to see the layout copy and all those things. So we will ask the client to recognize the site, and we will cross verify it with the documents what we are having it. I think you are getting it. The client will recognize his site. Then after getting recognition from the client, we will cross verify that site, whether it is the site, whatever he has been shown, it is his site or not, by going through the documents. If I take a layout copy, you'll be having the site numbers, the road. So what will be the site, whether it is a 6th site, 7th site, the site number is 314, all those things. We are going to recognize it as a valuer. So when we are doing this recognition and all those things, we are going to get the help from the bank officials. We are going to take one of the bank personnel along with us during the valuation, because what happens is when we do on our own, we are going to do a lot of assumptions, and the recognition and all we'll be doing it, but we will be discussing it to the bank official when we go to the bank. But it will not give a clear idea to the bank official what exactly I'm telling it. But it's the same thing if it is told him on the site. It will be very easy for the communication and the things what we have assumed, or what exactly, how we are actually carrying up the process, how we are actually recognizing the site, all those things. So when we are going for a valuation as a bank panel valuer, two important persons, one is the owner and another one is the bank official. Bank official person is compulsory to be present on the site. Okay, that is the first criteria. Then when we put a picture of that particular site or location, we have to mention it. See here, picture valuation carried out with SPBP Huegoda. He is actually the owner of the property, son of the so and so owner of the property, and Mr. Ajit, he is the chief manager of Karnataka Bank at Chandraprabha Layout, Chikmagalur. So we are going to just briefly explain with whom we have done the valuation report, who is the bank official and all those things. So this is the bank prescribed format in which I have done the bank valuation. The first one, the purpose of valuation. It is for the bank purpose. In the, like, they have not clearly told me in the beginning for what purpose they are actually taking this valuation report. There are a lot of reasons. Okay, or some of the times the bank people will just take the valuation report just to analyze and see to it what exactly the value is going on that particular area for a particular client, for a particular site. Okay, so depending upon that valuation, they are going to fix a lot of things, like for the house construction loan or mortgage loan, all those things they are going to decide it. So in general, I have just put it as a bank purpose. But if they tell the valuer properly, or like prescribed, like, okay, this valuation we are doing it because the client is constructing a new house. So what we will put, purpose of valuation, we are doing a site valuation, new house construction. We are just going to put a purpose here. Next, date of visit is very, very important. I have explained this in my valuation, this thing also. On what date exactly we have done the valuation on that particular site is very, very important. Name of the valuer, myself. Person accompanying or available at the site at the time of visit, inspection and valuation. This is very, very important. Generally, we will ask the client, the owner of the property, to assist us or if any other person has come, we have to mention his name. And one of the very important thing is that we have to mention his relationship or her relationship with the owner of the property. Okay, maybe a daughter or son or wife, father, whatever it is, we have to mention it. Next, name of the bank official and his designation. This is very, very important. Sometimes what happens is the assistant bank manager will come, or the clerical department people will come. So we have to mention the name of the person and the designation and the bank for which we are doing it. Okay, name and address of the owner. So here in the details of the property, name and address of the owner, what exactly we are going to do is we are going to put the name of the owner and the address of the present his address, that is the present address of his house, that is wherever he is living presently. Okay, for example, this site we have done it Chandraprabha layout. His house is somewhere else. See here, he is in Banavara KRPT post, so somewhere he is actually staying, is in his permanent address. Okay, so that we have to mention it here. This we have to cross verify with his Aadhaar card or any other documents what we actually KYC documents that collected from the client. Next, brief description of the property, like whether the property is residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, or plantation, means the coffee plant or areca, whatever it is. Okay, so we have just mentioned it. Vacant site at Chandraprabha layout, situated at Hiramangalore, residential here, residential vacant site at Chandraprabha layout. So this also document he has already given it to us. We are just going to enter it here. Then complete address of the property, year of acquisition and purchase of the land. Like here we are going to give little bit more information along with this, like site number, municipal assessment number. Like here they have given it survey number, and when exactly he has purchased it, whether he has purchased it 5 years back, 6 years back, we will be having the sale deed. That date we have to mention it here. Next, door number, survey number, site number. Again, we are going to just copy paste the details, whatever it is there. This is very, very important. Extent of land, we are actually going to measure it using the measuring tape on the site and cross verifying it with the documents what has been given it. Observe here very carefully. The width of site is 9 meter front and the back it is same, and the length of the site is at one side it is 19.7 meter and another side is it is 23.02 meters. So I have taken an average of this and multiplied it square meter. This when we convert it, that is 192.24 into 10.76 to conversion factor, very, very important. I've already told many times in my videos. Okay, 2068.8 square feet. So this in the square feet also we have to mention it, and square meter also we have to mention it. Okay, next, boundaries of the property. So with respect to the site, when we hold the what do you call the compose, what exactly is there on the north, south, east and west, we have to see to it. With respect to the documents, we have to check, and actuals, see here actuals, one column is there, we have to mention it. North, whatever what is there, vacant site was there. East, private property, okay, but it is also a vacant site. South, buffer zone, there was a small channel is there, we have mentioned it as a channel. And the road, west side, so the site is facing towards the west, that is west side property. So these information we have to cross verify with the documents, and actually we have to see it visually and confirm it whether the property what he is showing it is as per the document. For example, in the document as mentioned as road on the west side, but when we go to the site and visited the site, if the road is on towards the north, then the recognition of the property is not correct. Whatever the owner is showing is the property which is not matching with the document. So at that time itself, we have to mention it and we have to convey that same thing to the bank official who is actually accompanying us and tell him this is not the property. So the recognition is very, very important. Once it is recognized, we have to cross verify with the documents, whatever it has been given by the legal department. And we have to come to a conclusion that the recognized property is the genuine property. Okay. Next, latitude, longitude, all of us know this. We can generally what I will do is I'll just open my WhatsApp and take the location over there and send it to my office number. This is what I'll do it. So some of the points we have to see here, whether the property is clearly demarcated, means whatever the dimensions they have given it and whatever the east, west, north, south they have given it, whether it is actually as per the document. Okay. Yes, I mentioned whether dimension of the property tally with the dimension mentioned in the records. Yes, it was mentioned. Okay. So any other such variation, if there is any variation is there, we have to mention it as here and we have to tell the reason there. Okay, whether the property approach is there from the main road was the KM road, that is Kadur Mangalore road was there, so we have to mention it. So approach road, what was the road that was present in front of the site? It was a 12-meter road, it was motorable, it was a neat road, tar road was there, it was motorable. Then we have to mention a landmark very near to it. We have to, this photos also we will collect it and we will put it to the in a different documents. Okay, opposite to the housing board, SBI Bank. So next, type and class of construction, there was nothing was considered on the site, therefore we will mention it as a vacant site. These, whatever the details, I'll be taking up in my another video, the upcoming video, wherein I'll be telling little bit more details. If you see these 3 videos, what I'm coming up with, you will be understanding how exactly a report will be submitted to the bank as a bank panel valuer. So accordingly, you can prepare yourself and you can set a career in the bank panel valuations. Okay. Next, whether the whole or the property, part of the property notified for acquisition by the government or statutory board. Here, what happens is sometimes the government, due to some irregularities or some illegally, some layout and all has been constructed. So the government has already given a notice to it. So this we will come to know when the legal clearance in the legal department itself. So if that kind of situation is there, we have to mention it as we have to given a proper reason here. So it will be judged by the bank officials in the later stages. Okay. Sketch of the land showing shape, dimensions and all physical features of the building. This is for the buildings. Okay. Details of the local inquiries made, including owners on the surrounding. We have not done any inquiries, therefore we'll put not applicable. When we will do the local inquiries, generally when we are having a old house, okay, it's about like 50 years, 60 years old houses and all, we will do a general inquiry from how many days the client is staying here, whether he has given it for rent, whether they are maintaining the property, whether the property belongs to them. So these local inquiries we will do it. So tax and all, this is as per the local citizen report that we will do it. So particulars of insurance, please observe here very carefully. So generally what happens is when we are construct a house, we can take insurance for the house. For example, if some fire hazard happens, if some earthquake happens, okay, we can take a insurance as how the human beings we will take it. Similarly, we can take insurance for our property. Okay, if the property is the building is situated, so from which company we have taken the insurance, what is the amount, what all the risks are covered, what is the expiry date of insurance, this we have to mention it here. So in a valuation report, it is a detailed report. Okay, it is a detailed report. Without experience, it is difficult to complete this report. Okay, so I insist you people and have already cleared most of your doubts. So many people have called me, email and all those things. The first and the foremost thing is to become a bank panel valuer, you first practice under a senior bank panel valuer, at least for a few months, maybe 6 months, 8 months. You will come to an understand, like you will come to a conclusion that yes, this is the thing what is happening in the bank panel valuation. I can do this. I'm telling you people, this is very, very, very easy. Okay, this is very easy. It's not, nothing complication is there. Once we understand the process, once we know what exactly is happening behind the scenes, this report, anyone can type this. Okay. Next, whether the property comes on seismic zone, Chikmagalur doesn't come on the seismic zone. So from 2015, they are owning the property. I am giving this report in 2018. Therefore, I have mentioned as 3 year. Can you see here? Through the registered sale deed number, we have to mention a number. This document, they'll give it to us. We have to mention type of the ownership, whether it is a joint ownership, like father and son may be holding the property, or husband and wife may be owning the property. So we have to mention it. If it is a joint property, we have to mention the joint, lease property, sole property, and all those things we have to mention it here clearly. Lease property means most of the industrial sites, okay, the government will give the property for 99-year lease. We cannot purchase the land. We are going to give a lump sum amount to the government of India and they are going to lease the property to us. We are going to enjoy the property for 99 years. In the situation, we have to mention this. If if the property is joint ownership, we have to furnish what is the share of person A, B, C, and all those things. We should mention it here. Leasehold, I've already told like what is the different lease categories that is there. Whether the land is converted, agricultural and non-agricultural. Yes, the land was converted to the non-agricultural purpose, that is to develop a layout and to construct a building on it. Okay, it has been converted. Location of the property, same thing, whatever we have mentioned it upside, we are going to cut, copy, paste. Advantages and disadvantages, if any, like why we are going to mention this, when we are going to fix a rate to the property, we have to mention the advantages of that particular property. For example, if the government rate is 8,000 rupees per square meter, let us assume 8,000 rupees per square meter is the government rate. I am giving the rate 3,000 rupees. I am reducing it by 5,000 rupees per square meter. The bank people will ask me why you are reducing it. So I have to mention the disadvantages with respect to that. For example, it might not be having any good road. The approach road is not good. The locality is not fit to construct a house in that one. For example, if they are constructing a house, it is not fit to construct a house in that one because some channel is going on. It is very near to the lake or some disadvantages which are genuine that we have to mention it. Similarly, the government rate is 8,000. If I have given it 16,000 rupees, double the amount, I have to mention it. What are the advantages? It is very near to the highway, well situated in the residential layout. Okay, the rate is there, the demand is there. So all those things we have to mention here. The class of the locality, whether it is higher class, middle class, poor class, or whatever it is, we have to mention it. Civic communities, like if I want to have a shop, if I want to go to the medical shop and all those things, in what distance? Generally, we'll mention it 100 meters. It will be there. Okay, we'll actually see when we go to the site, when we do the inspection and all this. Surface communication, it is the road is next to the site. Distance from the city or municipal limits, that is from the main government office or the municipality office or the BBMP office, okay, Bruhat Mahanagara Palika office or Jilla Panchayati office, we will be having an authorization office in the town. So with respect to that office, what is the distance of that? Next, distance from the bus stand, railway stand, municipal corporation, office, airport. And this is the main thing, distance from the branch, like that is the from the bank for which we are giving the valuation report. With respect to that branch, what is the distance of this particular land? All these things will give you, we will get the information depending upon the latitude and longitude, whatever we have already taken it. Okay, we have taken it in the beginning. If the property is residential, yes, it is a residential vacant site. Residential vacant site. Whether independent house, flat, apartment, no, it is a vacant site. These things we will discuss it very in detail when I come to the next report. Whether the property is commercial, no, it was not a commercial property. Whether the property is industrial, no, it was not industrial. Okay, this also I will be covering it up with some other videos wherein we can definitely see to it in a very we will understand a lot of things. Lot of things are there here. You have to understand. If I cover everything in a single video, it will become very clumsy. That's why. Okay. So the main part is value of the property. So the value of the building, it is not applicable because the building is not present. Guideline rate or sub registrar rate. This actually you have to collect it from the sub registrar office at your local place. For example, if I'm in Chikmagalur, I'll be having a sub registrar office in Chikmagalur. If you are in Mysore, you'll be having a sub registrar office. If you are in Bangalore, you'll be having a sub registrar office. Go there, give a application form, and like this is the area I want a rate for this area which has been fit by the government of the particular office. They will give you a rate. That rate you have to mention. Generally, this rate will be in square meters. They will not fix the rates in square feet. Okay. So the area of the site will be knowing, multiply this one. This is the rate as per the government. But the location, depending upon the area of the site, I have taken it as 16,000 rupees. So the total value of the site is 30,75,000 rupees. But as per the government, it is 16,43,000 rupees. So how I have taken as per the present market rate. We have done a lot of inquiries surrounding what exactly the rate is running in the present layout. They told us it is anywhere in between 16,000 to 20,000 rupees. Therefore, we have assumed we have taken the least of that particular charter. The total value of land and building, we have to add those two. Only land is there. I have taken the land. In words, this is very, very important. We have to mention it in words. Okay. This is the sale value of the property. For example, the value is actually 30,75,000 rupees. We have, as a valuer, have reduced this by 20% to 24,60,000 rupees. For example, due to some reason, the client cannot pay the whatever the loan he has taken it. Okay, the bank people will not assume this. Okay, they are going to take this value, forced sale value, because the bank people has to play a very safe game here. They cannot take any kind of risk. So we, as a bank panel valuer, we should take any decisions with respect to bank itself, not with respect to client. If the client is paying us 10,000 or 20,000, 1 lakh rupee extra fee also, it doesn't matter. We have to give the justice to the bank people. Okay, because tomorrow if something goes wrong, our name will be blacklisted. The client will not come there. So please give a honest report to, if you are become a panel valuer anytime, the value should be genuine. Okay. Next, declaration, we have to do it. Inspected property on date. On the date, what exactly we are giving the bank panel valuation report, signature of the valuer, and all those things. This is a certification or the confirmation that we will going to give, and they're going to take the signature and all those things. Then the last part is here is very, very important. If this property is already valued by some other valuer, we have to give the information here. What exactly the date of valuation, the name of the valuer, his address, whether he's this I'm Karnataka Bank panel valuer, whether he was also a Karnataka Bank panel valuer previously or presently he is actually having the panel valuation still, but why we are taking the second valuation report. So all these things to mention here. So guys, this is about the site valuation reports. Very simple. This is very, very simple. Only thing is we should be mentally, and we should be ready with our experience to see to it that we are giving a very good report to the bank people. Okay, in the next video I'll be coming up with the bank annual valuation report with respect to a building. Thank you.